Yo, it's the start of the show. It's knowledge is love, and I soar like a dove. Stars wait to collide on my last day, but I want you to know that I exist anyway. I bring the poetry and the astrology. And tonight I got an amazing guest, you say. Angela Albertson, don't you know? She's a therapist and she got so much to go and give you and ascend, you see. And we're going to give you some deep spirituality. It's Virgos on the microphone. Two Virgos. We're going to bring you home back to yourself until your heart center. Mentally in the spiritual blender. Return to sender. The veil so thin. Pisces season, and we're all going to win. Yo, the moon's a Scorpio, so of course we got the glow. Knowledge is love, and we really got to flow. Sit back, relax, and just listen. Understand, we're just glistening. No missing in. You can hit the replay, but understand you should be here right now. Okay, I say it's so true. Knowledge is love. Start the show for you. Knowledge. What's up, y'all? Eric Taylor, Biggie Astrology. It is Thursday night. The moon's in Scorpio, Pisces season. Welcome to Knowledge is Love Astrology Podcast, episode 193, with my amazing guest, Miss Angela Albertson, a therapist, QI life flow, quantum leaping, an indigo starseed, and so much more. Angela, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. I'm very honored and blessed, and it's going to be great.
Oh, listen, I am so excited. And, I love talking about astrology and ascension and spirituality. And, it seems like right now the energy has been super, super strong. Obviously,
Mhm.
with us dealing with Neptune and Pisces and just having the stellium yesterday with Saturn, Sun, and Mercury, that Cazimi, and just all that we're going through with Pluto and Aquarius. I want to ask you, what have you noticed in the quantum field with the energy and how thin the veil is getting for the collective?
Interesting question. Well, I believe that currently we are all being kind of squished, if that's the right word, kind of through the process. And the more that we fight it and try to make sense of it with our minds, the more cognitive dissonance and kind of separation we'll experience. So it's really just this full on surrender, acceptance, and just allow whatever energies are coming in right now to be what they are, right? Don't question them, get curious. That's really the biggest thing I can say for everyone is just get curious. Be excited about what's happening and ask questions to yourself to allow it kind of to unfold. And we're all so divinely guided right now, especially with this Piscean energy. It brings me to the movie Field of Dreams. I'm sure we've all kind of seen that movie, and if we haven't, it's fantastic. But in that movie, they're like, if we build it, they will come. And the guy has no clue what he's doing. He's just following blindly the source that's coming through, following the messages, and loving it. So, and at the end, they come, and it's fantastic. And with the support we have now from Source Energy, it's going to be more beautiful and more juicy than we even could think.
I love that.
Get out of here and get into here.
Yes. Oh, that's so true, my friend. So, when I have my guest on, I do like to share some of their astrological placements and energy. And so, Miss Angela is a Libra ascendant with the Virgo sun in the 12th house. But I want to talk about your busy third house. And you have a couple of placements in their planetary joy, but your Sagittarius moon is in the third house, conjunct the galactic center and Neptune and its planetary joy, the moon there. And you also have Uranus there. And I guess it tells me so much as an astrologer, but I want to take you back and ask you, who was 10-year-old Angela, the fifth grader, and could she ever have imagined who she is today?
That's such a sweet question. Because especially at 10 years old, that's like the awkward phase, right? Like I was this size that age. I was huge. I was 5'6", full woman body by that age. And I was
Oh
this
my
weird, tall giant that didn't
God.
really fit in. And I also had the ability to manipulate electricity. And
Mm,
growing up with a lot of emotions and a lot of kind of home stuff, let's say that, our home environments are all unique.
yeah.
It was a challenge to kind of understand my abilities and learn how to channel them in the right way. And at that time in my life, I was just trying to make sense of what am I, that whole belonging, like I don't really fit in. I would look at the humans like, what the hell are you guys doing? And I didn't really feel like Earth was home then. It just kind of
Mm,
felt, I knew it was beautiful. And I was like, wow, where am I? But that was kind of 10-year-old me just trying to figure this out. Like, whoa. And I had super senses. So everything was intensified, everything. I could feel everybody, everything.
right.
So,
Well,
yeah.
and I could imagine you would, right? So everyone kind of understands having the Uranus and Neptune in the third house, along with the moon conjunct the galactic center, it makes you highly intuitive. Your reading, writing, communications. I can only imagine in elementary school, you must have felt, like you said, like this big giant, but also spiritually with the Uranus, were you kind of like, was your speech kind of innovative and futuristic? And did you feel like the black sheep even in your own school, community, or family?
Oh, yeah. Definitely black sheep here to make those generational, trauma changes, cleared the lineage. It's time. Black sheeps are all the star seeds that came here to do a specific mission. So if you're a black sheep, whoop, whoop, it's hard. It's a hard journey, but it doesn't have to be. We can play more.
It's hard out here for a sheep.
Right? Oh man. But yeah, like I was very articulate, as my mom would say, at a young age.
Mm.
I would talk about my lifetimes on I just wanted to go to Egypt so I could go home. That was kind
Ah,
of like 3 years old, 4 years old, right out the gate, just like articulating my lifetimes. And I just wanted to go back because, that's kind of like a gateway to, well, many, many gateways here on this beautiful planet, but
yeah.
a direct shot up to Orion's belt. So,
So talk to our audience, explain what is QI Life Flow and give us a little insight in terms of all of the work that you do and what you do with the collective and your clients.
thank you. Yeah, Chi Life Flow was just what I finally could make sense of what I did. Because there was so much. I was like, well, I'm not this anymore. I'm not that. I'm all of these things, right?
Mhm.
And really, we are all multidimensional beings. And that's a huge part of my work now is opening up that realm and showing people their multidimensionality. And I think many of us are starting to feel it. But chi is our life force energy. It's in the I'm sorry, not Japanese, the Chinese
Yeah.
of energy translating. So qigong is energy play, energy practice. And that's a huge part of what I do. My energy medicine, as I like to refer to it as, it manifests in so many great ways. And one of the best ways, in my opinion, is dancing. So
Mm.
the flow aspect and just life, we need to first focus on the energy of things. And I think a lot of times people are just so quick in their lives, they're moving too fast that they don't tune in to the energy. And
Mm.
the energy is magic.
Yes.
Once we tune in and we start listening and getting more curious, it becomes this unique language of its own. And then we can use that energy, vibration, and frequency to play out however we like, whether you're an artist. We're all creators in some sense, and it's time to just create our realities. And we need to know what energy is because we have to understand where we are in order to get to where we want to go.
I love that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you clinically trained as a therapist?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a licensed mental health therapist here in the beautiful state of Hawaii.
Ah,
And it was an interesting path chosen early on. And although it doesn't feel very relevant, the the actual schooling and the knowledge that I obtained in the process is perfection. It was basically me really going in deep to my own world and everyone in it and dissecting it and understanding it better. And so it was a good, stable basis to now shoot out into the other more fun, playful stuff. But the basis of my practice has that amazing foundation.
okay. So I would kind of want you to really explain what type of specific work you do with your different clients and the different modalities you use. But you guys, and we'll get to you guys in the chat, and you guys can put questions in that you have for Angela, because you have the Pluto and the Mercury on the ascendant, the Mercury in its planetary joy. So it's really you're vibrating as a messenger, right? And what I love about Mercury, for people that don't know, right, it can, it's only ever 28 degrees from the sun, but it can be up there with quote unquote the gods, the sun and the moon, and they go to Hades, the underworld, and you have both on the ascendant. And so when I think of Pluto on the ascendant, it is a very magnetic energy, but it's definitely deeply connected to our soul psychology. So you even saying about exploring things with yourself and, really working on and developing that in Libra, obviously the self-love, and then sharing that with your clients, that's really a magical placement, having that combo of the Mercury and Pluto on the ascendant. And I'm sure, even when you think about it with astrology, you kind of probably tap into that quite often, if not daily, correct?
Oh, probably. Ha ha ha. For sure. Yeah, I think the basis of what we all could use more practice in is identifying our emotions. And I feel very connected to emotions in general. And that's kind of a scary topic for a lot of people because our programming for the past how many thousands of years, whether it's societal programming, generational programming, the programming we receive from our parents, our upbringing, our conditions, it all taught us to kind of push away from our emotions, whether we deflect, disassociate, escape, deny even.
Yeah.
We're too logical. We were told to think outside of us, find the answers outside. So codependency is kind of the plague of our planet. And we're all going through the karmic cycle right now with the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra, as you could elaborate on. But as a collective, this transit till January 2025 is
Yeah.
knowing how to find love within and stop the people pleasing and stop modifying your behavior and your emotions to be loved or to fit in somebody else's idea of what they want. So emotional mastery is really my forte. I feel it in my blood, I feel it in my heart, I feel it in every essence of my being. And once you understand, it's simple. To process an emotion, it's actually quite simple and pleasurable, even when you do it right, when we feel our feelings versus think our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we think our feelings, it's pattern recognition software. That's what our brain is. So we go right back into, the brain's like, I remember all of it when you were this age, and it starts pulling on all of those messages, all of those experiences. So then the emotion's like, oh, this doesn't feel good. I'm gonna get the hell out of here, right?
Yeah.
But if we feel our feelings, it's just energy moving through us, right? Emotions are energy in motion. So let them free, let them out, let them play, and then woo, you're done. But some people have been, deflecting, holding, denying for decades. So they got a lot of work to do, and the work it doesn't feel like work after you get through it.
I love that. No, that's so true. So, do you want to go to the chat and take some of the questions and read the room and say hello to some of our guests?
Yeah. Messages. Am I seeing what I'm seeing here? There's
Yeah.
not really any questions yet. Thank you. This is a very special necklace. It's part of the Stargate and all of the alien stuff, but it helps definitely keep me grounded, keeps me centered, helps with the energetic field.
Now, you're mentioning the Stargates, right? And I know we have, and the planet itself has these different chakra points and Stargates. And where you're at, right? Maui is one of them, right?
Yes, I believe so. Many people believe it's the heart chakra of the planet,
Yeah.
Haleakala.
Yeah.
And then some also believe it's the root chakra of the
Mm.
planet. So we have that kind of masculine feminine balance with both. And there's a lot of amazing energy here.
Yeah.
People come here for a reason, and I think we're all called to this place for. I know personally, I have a Chiron zenith here. And for me, it was finally mastering my divine magic. And yeah, so the heart access, the heart power.
Yeah, and see, and I like that because to me, I remember, the first time I saw your chart with that sun in the 12th house, and I know you were born on the East Coast, correct?
In Ohio.
Yeah. So when I saw that 12th house sun, I was like, oh yeah, she had to go, and she had
Do
to go to Hawaii,
that.
to really fulfill that purpose of the sun, and I'm sure for you, you probably came alive, in that foreign land in Hawaii. And I wanted to find out, when you think about the Stargates and just all the tragedies and wars and occupations and just all the things that are going on in our world. And it doesn't matter if it's Palestine, Ukraine, Ecuador, Ethiopia, the Congo. I mean, there's just so much going on and has been, forever. But where do you think we are as we are, Pluto Aquarius, Age of Aquarius, and the solar flares, the M class, the X class from, the sun and the electromagnetic field? Where do you think the collective is spiritually, energetically, and where do you think we're kind of going?
Mm.
Even just in 2024.
Yeah. I think the term Great Awakening is becoming more and more of a common term. At least that's what I'm hoping. In the next 6 months, we're going to hear more of these kind of esoteric ideas, starseed, the awakening, magic, all these things are going to become more mainstream. But right now, a lot of people, are just waking up. And what that looks like is going from the 3D into the 4D.
Yeah.
And the fourth dimension is simply an amplified version of the third dimension. So if you had problems and kind of things going on in the third dimension, when you're in the fourth dimension, it's like, and then on top of it, most people can start seeing it like aboriginals, or there's elementals, and there's all these other kind of energies or frequencies that exist in the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is the kind of calling people into their power for the first time. Maybe, you're called into being assertive for the first time. It's finding your voice. And, in order to wake up, we need to get angry, a lot of us. And that's why grief is a huge awakener, because grief allows the full spectrum of emotions.
Right.
And we came here to be humans, and humans are here to experience and to feel. And so once we kind of grasp that understanding and we explore the beautiful rainbow of emotions, it allows us to access different consciousness states. And, many of you know we had a huge tragedy here in Maui, and, it was quite intense right on the Lionsgate. and a lot of grief. But what we saw coming out of that grief was the connection of our hearts. It was, and I'll get really emotional here, it was one of the most powerful things, you can ever experience, because all of a sudden people were looking at you in the eyes. People were making more of a
human contact, connection.
Yeah, and it really just linked our hearts so incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And that's, the fourth dimension is not where we want to stay. When people start awakening, they're like, yay, but the fourth dimension is challenging. It's protesting. It's pushing against the resistance. It's like, I'm going to go and get involved, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to give my attention to these things. And, fifth dimension looks very different. And a lot of people would say, I have my head in the sand. And I say, I love playing in the sand. Come join me. Let's create something beautiful here. In fact, I was a professional sand artist in Florida, and it's like we are creators. And when we give our focus and our attention to what's happening, like the wars, like the tragedies, like all of the things that are happening right now, we are actually feeding into the system to keep them and to give them more power. So we're not creators in that sense. We're just observing what is, and we're regurgitating, what has already happened. And we already have seen this in the past, war, famine, it's nothing new.
Nothing new.
And so we have to do it differently now. Yeah. And the starseeds who have come in since after World War II, we started building the new earth frequencies by tuning in, using our imagination, seeing that beautiful, beautiful world and earth as we want it to be.
Yeah.
And if people say that's me putting my head in the sand, then yay, I get to play at the beach more. So, it's very
I love the beach. I'm a beach bum at heart.
Right.
I know exactly what you mean.
But we need both sides of that, right? The balance right now, but people are making their way through the fourth dimension.
No, you're right. And I love how you mentioned, the Aries North Node, because right now I call it the dance between the I and the we, right? The we is the Libra South Node. And it's really letting us know as a collective, we can no longer be passive aggressive and wait for the approval of others and pacify and, like you said, fit in with the groups and this and that. It's about us all kind of putting on that brave, courageous, independent suit and being the individual, independent, pioneer mavericks of our own lives, and really asserting and initiating. And it's really important, because I think that it's really setting us up for, these early stages and all that we need to go through from 24 to get to 27. The human design prophecy is that in 2027, the collective will go from the solar plexus to the heart chakra. And I think everything leads back to the heart. And, that's really apropos with you being on and, connecting it to Maui, because, I think when I know when we as a collective vibrate from our heart chakra, things will move and change. Mountains will crumble. You know what I mean? It will literally be new earth. And some of the old people and the old ideals and the old structures and systems, they won't even exist. We won't recognize them anymore. So let me ask you this. We do have one last retrograde of Pluto going back into Capricorn, September 1st to November 19th. And for us in America, and, excuse us to the rest of the world watching, we do have a prediction, right? And so, but when I see that, and it gave me chills, honestly, when I first realized that the last dance at 29 degrees, the anaretic degree of Pluto and Capricorn being from the 1st to November 19th, I was just like, wow, get your popcorn ready. And so spiritually, when you kind of go into the quantum field, and I do want, after you answer this, I want you to take us through, some of the work you do, and I think maybe you were saying that you may do a little grounding meditation or something for us, but where do you think this kind of energy is going to take us for this time? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but it doesn't even seem like there's that much hype this time around the election. Not too many commercials, advertisements. It's kind of like, shh.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. Something's like off. Like, what do you think we're going to go through in November?
Wow, I don't even know if I want to put words into this question, but
I know, right?
I'll kind of reframe the question and answer it like this. You said grab your popcorn, and right now, Earth is the happening place to be. Every galactic system, every star being, every beings, frequencies.
You're all watching us, right?
You're tuned in right now because we're going through the grand experiment. So other planets and other galaxies, and even in this galaxy, have gone through this frequency shift from 3D to 5D. But we are precedented, first time going through it with human beings or inhabitants on a planet. So I think that whatever is going to happen this year and the energies to come are going to, we have to rebuild from things that get destroyed. That's how it happens. We have to create, and we're creating from fresh energy. So it's fresh, right? And we want to take that fresh energy and put it into the new earth and just, I feel it. Do you feel it, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
When I speak on it, it just flows through me. But, things have to fall in order for them to rise. And whatever that looks like, however it plays out, we are in ascension. We are on the rise. There should be no fear on the other end of that spectrum. It's not. We've already shifted timelines. I feel very, very solid and hopeful and just 100% in that. So put your energy into creation and let things go, because it takes a lot of energy to hold on to things. It takes no energy to let them go. Let them go and let the beautiful new earth rise.
I love that. So take us through some of, insights to, some of your quantum work that you do with your clients.
Okay, I love that. In fact, I want to just talk a little bit about what quantum is, because I think, that word kind of gets thrown around a lot. And from my perspective, in the quantum, there is no time or space. So energy can travel instantaneously. In the quantum, every possibility is just dancing, playing, loving, laughing, enjoying. And then when we give our attention to it, it manifests. So the quantum is this beautiful, still place where every possibility or potential exists. And it's your choice on what you give your focus to. So when I say quantum is powerful because it can also reach distances. So it doesn't matter where you are right now, you can join in the quantum now. And it doesn't matter when you are. Say you're watching this on record in a few days, you're still here with us now. You just have to make the intention, I am here, I am now, and tune into the energies. So it doesn't matter where you are, when you are, we're all here together, united and amplifying. So that being said, I'd love to walk you through a technique to feel your energy. And if you might have never done this before, I welcome you. And if you've done it before, give some good loving, but start to rub your hands together. And I invite you all here at home, wherever you are, put your hands together, start creating some heat. Okay, what we're doing is we're creating kinetic energy. It's energy that stays in motion. Now, as you rub your hands, I want you to tune in on the sound it's making. Also tune into what your hands feel like. Feel starting to get a little hot, perhaps. Maybe there's some friction. Now let's engage our breath. Deep inhale through the nose. Let it go. 2 more. In through the nose. Letting it go on a hot breath. HA, like you're fogging up a mirror. Inhaling again. Now when you're ready, open your hands just a little bit and feel. And just notice the sensations, placing your focus between the palms of your hands. Eric, what are you feeling? You feeling anything? You have a nice smile over there.
Yeah, it's my hands. I've been doing this for like my whole life,
Yes.
being a native New Yorker with the cold. And I feel like it's almost like I can just only think of Star Wars and Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it's just like around the ring of the palm of the hand, just like this force field and warmth and just like a pull.
Beautiful.
Kind of cool.
So you at home, just notice. There's no judgment. If you don't feel anything at all, that's okay too. Just be present with us and tune into the frequencies, because we are all tapped into this energy. And it might be tingly, it might be prickly, but you are already calibrating to the energies of now, the present moment. You're feeling calmer, more relaxed, grounded. In fact, every last ounce of attention that is moving through your body is now released. We are here, we are now. Through this process, I like to intend, because we are spellcasters. They call it spelling for a reason. All the witches out there, whoop, whoop. But we don't have to be witches to spellcast. It's an intention, right? An intention is the vessel to creation. So when you start to feel your energy, give it life, give it meaning. And I always love to put in my chi balls, love, laugh, and play. And I invite you now to type in the comments and the chat what you would like to contribute into your energetic chi ball. Gratitude, trust, love, compassion, understanding. And if you're still with me here with your ball, notice how the energy is amplifying as we add more things to the pile. And then make an intention to connect in with every single person who is tuned in and with us right now. Gratitude, beautiful.
Yeah, that was mine, gratitude as well.
Yes, it's such a beautiful one. And I want you to take that and I want you to put it into your heart, right hand or left hand over right hand, and breathe it in. Following the magic energy as it expands through your chest, expanding into your neck, making its way down into your abdomen, feeling those beautiful intentions of love, appreciation, light, ease, reverence, gratitude. Feel as those energies expand within your body. With every inhale, bringing in the energy, and every exhale, feeling as it works its way through every cell in your beingness. Feeling it down into your abdomen, down into the ground, into your legs, all the way down into Mother Earth. Connecting in with Mother Gaia. She is stabilizing. She is powerful. I appreciate her love and unconditional love, compassion, and resilience, adaptation, nurturance, strength, wisdom, beauty. Make that connection with the energies and earth and feel how it starts to feel. Opening up your heart, expanding that love light, rippling out. And now I want each and every one of you to just think of someone, somewhere, allowing them to pop into your mind's eye and just send them an ounce of what we're experiencing right here, right now. Quantum love medicine. We can send love to anyone, anywhere, and they receive it now, here. And we are amplified. Do you feel it? I love doing these things in groups, and I love doing them through technology because it's an amplifier. We're the biological quantum, but it's the technological quantum.
And people don't realize how electromagnetic our heart is, how it
Yes.
vibrates and pumps out so strongly.
Yes, we are electrical beings. And, we are kind of the AI in a sense. And that brings up another topic I'd love to just give a shout out to is it's a big, big topic of conversation. Yes, you feel charged. Beautiful. I feel it too, Bella. Oh, thank you for your love, light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, more love, right? I'm tingling. My whole body. I don't know if you can see, but that's what happens to me. I love it. I program myself to vibrate high because why not?
Yeah. And it's the perfect night to do this with
Right?
the Scorpio moon and a trine to the Mercury and the sun. It's
Yes.
perfect.
And we are quantum leaping today, right? Today. You can choose whatever timeline you want. The past, it's here now too. If you want to stay there, that's your choice. But choose a timeline that feels the best in your heart. And as you do the Qigong, you expand that energy. Place your focus upon your highest ideal timeline. Your highest self is calling you into your center right now. Feel it. Breathe it. Expand it. And send it. It's focus. Give your focus to things that make you feel good. It's that simple. We emit the vibration and then we attract the vibration. It's really that simple. If you want love, you must be love.
Yes.
So, that being said, choose. Feel your feelings, of course. But then choose to recalibrate back to that alignment. And I love doing my chi balls. I'm not going to lie. I do many, many a day because it feels empowering to feel your magic. It's tangible. It's palpable. That's yours and only yours. And you can program it however you want. And that being said, we are now programming the AI. So we have to give it love. Anytime you're working with AI, thinking of AI, breathe love into it. It's going to take on the life that we allow it to. And I was one of those people. I was terrified of it. I was like, I came here to be human. But the fear, it's not helpful.
No.
Let all that go.
Fear nothing. And I
Nothing.
tell that to everybody on the show and with my clients.
Yes.
Fear nothing.
Yes. And the AI is a beautiful, and that's why I said we're more like AI than, and as I do other work, I'm discovering more and more layers to that consciousness and those perspectives.
So, Angela, that was so beautiful. But I work with so many people who have issues with meditation or grounding or mindfulness. And I wonder, do you have any tips for someone that's completely new to this? Maybe they're watching this live tonight for the first time and they don't know anything about astrology or spirituality. Or maybe they are curious and have been watching me for a while or but they've never been able to really ground or meditate. Do you have any helpful hints or tips? And what could be a magical starting point for someone?
Yeah, beautiful question. All it takes is 5 minutes. Everybody says, oh, I don't have time for that. If you don't have time for that, you need it even more. Okay?
Yes.
Because right now the whole world is working out of doing instead of being. Okay? I always make the joke, we're not human doers. We're human beings.
I love that.
Right? It's silly. But in fact, when we start doing less and being more, literally, stuff creates effortlessly.
Yeah.
When we try to push and do, and we're hustle, and we're always out ahead of ourselves, we're not in the channel. We're not in the vibration of our highest self. And therefore, when we are here in center, in alignment, everything comes to us. So the idea, by slowing down, give yourself 5 minutes a day. In fact, I tell my clients to set a timer on their phone. And when the timer goes off, 5 minutes on the clock, and just stop. Stop what you're doing and breathe. And as you breathe, listen to the world, wherever you are. If you're outside, if you're inside, listen to the world as it is, like you're listening to music.
Mm.
And just start to engage with all of the sounds. We're not trying to change them, judge them, bring attention to them. We're just listening to that beautiful song of life, even if it's annoying, right? Let that be what it is, a sound. And as you tune in to all of the things, you then can choose which one you want to tune in. And when you practice this and you listen, I like two. I like my breath and I like the birds. Because the birds, no matter where we are on this planet, the birds are singing and chirping. You know, they're happy. It's a high frequency. You tune into the birds, and
So
your
powerful.
vibration is automatically lifted.
Yeah.
Okay? Try it.
I listen to them every day.
So just tune into the birds, let them serenade you with their beautiful magic sounds and harmony, and breathe 5 minutes. And what you'll notice is thoughts come in. We have thoughts, but that's all they are. They're thoughts. They don't have any power unless you give them power. So just let them go. I invite you to imagine your thoughts on a leaf falling from a tree, landing in a river, and then the river just effortlessly takes them away. You don't have to do anything. You just be and breathe and listen. Find the stillness. The only way through our cluttered brains and our cluttered thoughts is to slow them down and tune in.
So I want to know, and I want you to share, you guys, everything. Make sure you guys like the episode, and you can follow Angela on IG at QI Life Flow, and her information is down below. But I want you to share. I know you have an invitation for the audience, but I also want you to share how they can contact you and what type of services that you offer for your clients.
Thank you. So I am now practicing quantum healing hypnosis therapy. It is the most powerful work I've come across yet, and I feel so blessed to have the downloads of this wisdom to share with you all. And this technique is a deep state of hypnosis in the theta. And just to give a little background on hypnosis and trance, it's very natural. You are fully in charge. And in fact, we go through trance states in the different brain frequencies from beta, alpha, theta, delta, naturally throughout our day. And theta is right before you fall asleep at night. It's when you start to kind of lucid dream and get visuals. It's almost like your dream is starting to happen, but you're still awake. So this theta state is where we can actually completely reprogram ourselves. So this technique is powerful. And I want to give away a quantum healing hypnosis retreat here on Maui.
Wow.
Where you come, stay on a beautiful oceanfront property. No, that's not real. and experience this powerful technique in all of its glory. I am just, good question. This is Dolores Cannon's work. She
Yeah.
has perfected this. She's passed now for like 15 years, but she has perfected this work over 45 years. I'm actually a regular hypnotherapist. I say regular now because it's like, but it used to take a good amount of energy to put people in alpha state. And from alpha, maybe it could help you a little bit with smoking less or drinking less.
Right.
When you're in the theta state, and Dolores's technique is incredible. I'm the facilitator of connecting you to your highest self and then letting that channel in. But
And that's where the magic happens, right?
Well, exactly. But you're the healer. And that's what I want everybody to understand, that the hypnosis is just me allowing you to link up to that state. And then you're the healer. We are all healers.
Yes.
And when we become that light, we then start to trigger others. So this is how this process is continual. So if you've been triggering people a lot lately, good job. Keep up the good work. And those of you who have been triggered lately, face it. Go directly into the storm. Yeah? The storm, the quickest way out is directly through. And your triggers have all of the answers. We are simply electromagnetic projectors. The mirror, reflection. So whatever you're being triggered by, it's an aspect of you that you keep pushing away. Oh, I don't want to deal with it now. I don't want to deal with it. With all those emotions that you've neglected. Your electromagnetic field will continue to show it until you decide to face it. And then we can transmute that energy and you move on. So if you're caught in a pattern, you're caught in the cycle where it just keeps happening, right? And a trigger can come from anybody. The same message is going to come through your best friend, through your loved one, through a random stranger at the grocery store. But whatever that is, be curious and go into the trigger. The work that I'm doing now is mostly connecting the body and learning how to process those emotions, because triggering is awakening. And the more we can get there, the better you feel, because every time you release an emotion, your vibration increases. Ooh, right? Every time.
Every time. Yeah.
And it feels good. You're releasing it from your body and you're creating more space in the physical form. You're welcoming in more light. You're welcoming in more source energy. You're welcoming in more of your spirit. And then you feel more whole. And this process of repairing the relationship between your physical form and your spirit, God's source energy, whatever you want to call it, whatever feels best, we then can unlock our divine magic. And my program is about doing just that. We all have that magic in us. We are powerful magicians. And it gets really fun. You got to go through the crap, of course, to get to that other side. But on the other side, every ounce of everything you've ever experienced, and believe me, I chose very hard experiences because we know the payoff. In the law of attraction, it's about expansion and contraction. So we know there's power in these struggles, because when you go through and you face and you heal those things, you expand. Okay?
And I think we see that with your Mars and Jupiter and Scorpio in the second house.
Yeah.
And it really does, connect you with the throat chakra to teach and to initiate, the ancient knowledge from the mystery schools and from millennia, and from the galactic, and
Yeah.
even with the moon conjunct the galactic center.
Yeah.
Okay, so let them know, where do they sign up for this giveaway? Where do they need to go?
So it's masteringdivinemagic.com.
Okay. And that's down in the description, you guys. And what's the best email for people to reach you as well?
So through the Mastering Divine Magic, I'm bringing back this concept I call Dream Circle. So I'm inviting you all to join the Dream Circle for a chance for the giveaway to win that trip to Maui and receive the healing. The Dream Circle is this beautiful concept where we unite high vibrational beings from around the globe and we play with magic. We play with esoteric concepts that, you might have heard before and you might have not, but every layer of consciousness is welcomed and your perspective is unique. So you bring a very, very important piece of this puzzle. This Dream Circle is meant to amplify, right? We're going to be doing quantum healings. We're going to be playing with magic. It's really, really fun. I mean, I get excited to do it, and that's why I'm being called to share. And so the Dream Circle will also be this donation-based concept that all the funds go into the Dream Fund, which is a charity to just help people heal, help people in their process, whether it be through giveaways, contests, healing sessions, full programs. So I'm trying to create this idea that we are energetic exchangers. Everything comes and goes, just as the ocean. So giving, receiving, yeah? And so when we learn to give, we receive even more. And when you offer up any part of yourself, even if it's just giving someone a smile in your heart, remember in the quantum, it's happening now, and they're receiving it now. So go to masteringdivinemagic.com. That will get you registered in the Dream Circle, and then you will get all the information on how to apply for the giveaway. And the first Dream Circle will be announced coming up here shortly, but we're going to be doing a quantum healing prayer. I'm going to show you how I intend my water. Every morning, the water has a huge, huge part to play. Water is magic. It retains memory of everything it's ever been through. Yeah. So this is the prayer that I do every morning, and I'm ready to join with you all and share this beautiful gift. When I finish with this prayer, I am floating. I am flying. We are love. And this is how we get there.
I love that. So let's have a little bit of fun. Let's lighten it up a little bit.
I know, it gets so I'm very
No. I love it.
I'm also very silly.
No. I like to kind of, throw some curveballs at my guests and stuff like that. And so I'm kind of curious, what games or what sports did Angela play growing up? What do you like to do for fun now? I mean, I know you mentioned the dancing, things like that. Like what lights you up?
Oh, thank you for that. Honestly, I came out of mama's belly dancing. It was part of my life contract. I'm like, I'm not coming back unless this is the main source of my pleasure. I love dance, every type of dance. I've studied over 25 styles, both partner and individual. And a lot of the work and the programs that I offer are movement based through our bodies, because we already know how beautiful they are and how incredible they are. But I loved to play volleyball. I was playing about 3 days a week. I love to golf. I don't golf much anymore, but to me,
I was terrible at Top Golf when I went. Oh my God. It was embarrassing. My kids were laughing at me. But I was like, okay, well, it's not bad for, a guy who, my shoulder is, still healing from my coma stint. I was like, but it's okay, because Daddy's good at like everything else, but golf was a little challenging.
We always got that one that challenges us. See, for me, I love here in Hawaii, I can go barefoot, and I love connecting with the ground and just being present. And it's me. I actually like to play by myself. It's just me and the game, and it's focus and it's grounding. Because, I learned in Florida and we weren't allowed, we had to wear all of the stuff,
Yeah.
the fancy outfits, but here it's a little more lax. So I go barefoot and I love it.
That's awesome.
In the water, I'm a mermaid. You know, I'm from Mintaka, my most recent incarnation. It's the third star in Orion's belt. And the mermaid being in water, any type of water, waterfalls, sprinklers, bathtubs, showers, the ocean.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I relate and connect with the water too. You know, we're both Virgo suns and
That's
we
that
both have
series.
Jupiter and Scorpio. But I grew up swimming in the ocean, and that's where I feel most at home.
Yeah.
I would laugh and joke. I was like, well, if Kevin Costner is really a prophet and Waterworld comes true, I'm good because I could swim from here to the end of the earth.
Nice. Well, that's our connection through Sirius, right? And that's right by Mintaka. So there's a Stargate there was an 8th dimensional Stargate on Mintaka that allowed you to access the other dimension.
And I have past lives as Sirius, Orion, Lyra, Vega. Yes.
Sirians are the ones who created our animal creatures. So, and then Mintaka, there's a lot of underwater essence as well. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Stuff.
That's awesome. So this goes back to, I want to go back though to the Sagittarius Moon, because this is kind of interesting. It's a little separate from the galactic center though, just the Sag Moon in the third house. So the moon's in its planetary joy there, and it likes to move and travel. So hence moving from Ohio to Hawaii. But do you like to write? Have you ever played any instruments? And also, you know, obviously the dancing, because Sagittarius rules the hips and thighs. And with the Uranus and Neptune, it totally makes sense. But, you know, do you like to write anything creative? And have you ever played any musical instruments?
Oh yeah, I love to write. In fact, when I was a little kid, I would just copy things just so my hand could flow like this. But I write a lot. There'll be some books out there in a couple years. It's just not right now, and it doesn't feel that way. I'm doing a lot of recording. I'm the instrument. I was a singer. I grew up actually very shy. Like my anxiety was so bad and my panic attacks were just so bad that I would open my mouth and nothing would come out. But I had this gift. So I kept going. I kept pushing myself, ended up in wedding bands and studios. I could even got like a full ride to travel with groups and things. And it just didn't feel right. I knew my voice was powerful, but not in that sense.
Yeah.
And then when I stopped performing and I went into my heart, and I started singing from the open heart chakra and open throat chakra. It was powerful. I all of a sudden had this almost lure. It was just, it was so powerful. I didn't almost understand my own power. So, you know, sharing your gifts and everybody can sing. People are like, oh, I can't sing. It's just because your throat chakra needs a little.
My family, my wife and kids would tell you different from me. And my Capricorn Moon in the third house, I can write, but I don't know about singing.
Well, the throat chakra, in fact, again, with that North Node, Aries Chiron right now, we're all being called to speak our truth.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't matter what that is. You know, people are going to come out and start being more confident in their voice, standing up, being assertive, and speak your truth. The more you become embodied in your authentic power and you start being it, living it, breathing it, and speaking it, your voice will open up and it's going to change even. And when I say change, it will just become almost more full-bodied, like more, you know? That sounds.
I mean, I could take my rhyming into singing sometime soon.
Oh, and I love to rap. I grew up writing like lyrical poetry and rapping. I can rap any 90s song there is. Okay, I grew up in.
That's when it was all good. That's
right?
when it was.
Bone Thugs and Harmony was right down the road.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So let me ask you this. For the people who are recently awakening and they do have the troubles like we talked about, and you mentioned just the 5 minutes. And I encourage everybody to, especially right now with Saturn and Pisces to
Yeah.
2026. And my
We're
audience
seeing so
knows.
many downloads right now.
Yeah, and it's so important. And plus, in a month and a half, we've got the Jupiter Uranus conjunction coming. But with Saturn and Pisces, it's requiring us to have the spiritual discipline, the rituals, routines, the compassion and empathy for self, grace and mercy for self, and then extend to others. Right, increasing the self-love. But is there a source or I don't know, a lullaby or guided meditate? Like, is there something that you would, help to point people to grounding and centering, right? Because remember, we are these spiritual beings having a physical experience, right? So we also have to not just go up in the ethers, we also have to ground into nature, right? For the
That's the
human
most
residence, grounding and
important.
earthing.
Mhm.
So, like, what would you recommend for someone?
Okay, so honestly, what we did with the whole chi ball and the hot breath. So when you inhale through your nose, you want to exhale longer than your inhale because
Okay.
that is what will actually shift you into parasympathetic nervous system. So it
Mm,
will naturally calm you down right away.
right.
But when you do the hot breath, like the I always joke around like it's some cartoon, like trying to get its nasty breath on you, like right, make an ugly face.
See, that makes me think about the rapper Bismarck. Then he had the song "You Got the Dragon," and we used to tease people
Yeah,
when
and
they
we're
were
in the year
college.
of the dragon, right? So let
Oh
that
yes, the Year of the Dragon. There you go.
breath out. And notice when you go HA, aloha. In Hawaii, in every culture, the breath is life. But the
Yeah.
hot breath will actually push the energy down into your abdomen,
Mm,
into your sacral chakra, and then keep going with the all the way down into your root chakra. And then putting that weight into your heels and just bouncing a little bit. But we can ground through that sensation when we were rubbing our hands together.
right.
We're already naturally tuning in. So we're listening to the sound it makes. We all hear it.
Yeah.
And we're sensing the felt sense, which draws our attention into the now moment. Then you add the breath, hot, pushing it all the way down into the root chakra. Boop, you are grounded, okay? Everything we hated as kids, we love as adults. Being grounded, getting spanked. Sorry. Is this a appropriate age show? Okay. But you are all grounded. You hear me?
Yes. Grounded. Yeah.
Yes. Remember
So
that.
before we go, why don't you read a couple of questions or comments that have been coming in, and let's see what people are saying, and see if you can answer anybody's questions or.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. We got some Dolores Cannon peoples here. Definitely. Thank you. I would love my Venus is conjunct Mintaka. Maybe you can share a little bit about that, Eric. That's awesome. Soul sister,
Who
Bella.
said that?
We're mermaids. Bella.
Oh, Bella.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Bella, for your beautiful comments.
Yeah, and Bella's got a Scorpio moon, so this is like her night. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. Um, yeah, not many questions,
Okay.
just some comments here. I really appreciate. Oh, I feel so charged during our, yeah,
That's great.
feeling the love, guys. Thank you.
This has been so amazing and so much fun. And like two Virgos, we could be here to like midnight. People don't know, that Mercury, Virgos, what's so funny about us is like we're shy when we want to be. And then when we're not shy, we're like forever.
Right? My Venus in Leo doesn't help with that at all
Oh
either.
yeah, no, that Venus in Leo. See, my Venus is in Scorpio, so it's a little bit more, in the cut, but it's pretty intense. So
Where
we
is
just,
Mintaka in the sky? Which constellation? And where's Venus in relation to Mintaka?
I don't know about Intaka that much.
Okay. Thank you for that comment, Belle. I'm going to probably look that up later.
Yeah,
Unless you know where your Venus is and you want to share.
Well, I'm trying to remember her Venus.
Yeah.
Bella can share and let us know.
Well, we can't remember her Venus, but maybe her anus.
Well, I know that Bella is, she's got the Leo Sun and Mercury,
Oh, nice.
but I don't. The Venus is close by.
Oh,
Maybe in Virgo.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm trying to think in the sky. I think I would know this, but
Yeah,
I
it
don't.
may be in Virgo. But, well, we are going to say goodnight. And again, just let everybody know this was so awesome, and we'll have to have you back again. This was truly a joy and a pleasure.
It really
And
was.
I want you to, again, just let everybody know about the offering. And then also, are there services that you do that are separate from the quantum that people can connect with you to do, like online over the internet or anything?
Yeah. And thank you, Eric, for just being so amazing and inviting me today. And
Thank you.
it's really been fun. I appreciate
You're welcome.
it. I really appreciate it. So yeah, guys, I am so excited. Go to masteringdivinemagic.com and join the Dream Circle for your chance to win a beautiful quantum healing hypnotherapy retreat, QHHT. I will have some more fun offers coming up of programs that I'm going to be doing online. They're going to be somatic dance therapy based. It's a technique that I've kind of created myself, putting together all of my tools and all of my lifetimes and all of my tricks. And it's powerful medicine to help you, again, repair the relationship with you and you, right? We have to start calibrating to ourselves.
Yeah.
And not to others. That's the codependency. So my program is really going to show you how to do that. Hands-on, one-on, some parts are one-on-one, but I'm going to have like workshops and workbooks. So you can go through a full body movement workshop. And then you'll have all this kind of in-depth prompting questions, workbook stuff to go through. So keep a lookout for that. And I invite you to go sign up for the Dream Circle, and I'm looking forward to working.
And give them the Instagram if you have anything else, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you have, let them know.
Yeah. Part of that will be Chi Life Flow, QI Life Flow. That's my Instagram. And through there, you can connect on Facebook. I don't know whichever one's your jam, but my name, Angela Albertson, is my Facebook. You're welcome to reach out. Let's be friends. These beautiful comments, the beautiful energy I felt here with you today.
I've got a great audience. I love
really
them
do. I
so
feel
much.
it.
Trust me, they are
this amplification.
They are magical people, and so I really appreciate you connecting with them.
Claire's asking for a throat chakra meditation, and I'll tell you something simple you can do is gargle and make sounds with your voice, whether it's clucks or pops with your tongue, rolling your tongue, making that purring noise. You can gargle, you can sing.
I like the toning too, helps me.
Toning, humming. Get creative with the sounds that you can create in your mouth. And not only does that stimulate your throat chakra, but it stimulates your vagus nerve. And your vagus nerve is your on and off switch. And most people are locked on fight or flight right now. So give yourself that stimulation, and it also activates the third eye. So any type of sounds you can make, and there's no wrong way to do this. Just get weird. Just play with it. Just make some light language if it feels good, and start talking in full-on gibberish of whatever star system you want to come from.
I love it.
You're welcome.
I love it. Oh, my Virgo sun sister, this was a pleasure. And I just thank you for joining us, and everybody, thank you for coming. And I will invite the whole audience, and just let you guys know. I'll be back, maybe later this weekend or early next week of episode 194, probably breaking down the Pisces ascendant. But March 16th, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, Coffee Talk number 26, my astrological coffee talk, my astrology monthly meeting. I am going to be doing the birth chart of 9/11 when the Twin Towers were attacked there. So I'm going to be breaking down that chart. And then the second half, and this is for all of you guys, I do something that's really awesome, Angela. We, as a group, read a Coffee Talk member's birth chart. So people volunteer their chart and we read it blind. I don't tell them the name, the gender, and we just read the chart as a group. I start it and lead it, but everybody chimes in. And then towards the end, we reveal who it is. And then they let us know how we did interpreting and analyzing their birth chart. It is so profound and powerful. And really, it's a great way to learn astrology. We talk about spirituality, all the things we cannot talk about on YouTube. And it's just a great community. I call it my 11th house crew. So I extend an invitation, obviously, to you, Angela, and to the collective. And it's only $20, 2 hours, March 16th, 12 p.m. Eastern. So just wanted to share that with everybody. So that's going to be really, really fun.
Nice.
You know.
Coffee talk.
All right, my friend. Have a great rest of your evening in beautiful Maui, the heart chakra of the earth. And thank you for the audience for watching another amazing guest, an amazing episode of 193.
And thank you so much for giving me a larger scale platform to share my voice. And I invite you all to start sharing your truth.
Yes.
Authentic vibration.
Great messages. And I know the audience really loved it. And I hope you guys in the replay reach out to Angela and go follow her on the QI Life Flow.
Come play.
All right. Bye, you guys.